for every single person. Like that's why we all have jobs in this space, right? Because this is so personal to like each and every person.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, in like what you guys are talking about, maybe in someone in that kind of profile, that makes sense, but for other people, not so much. And so that's why, I don't know, at least for me, the most harmful message is like, this is the same for everybody. These are the assumptions, and then people go
everyone
and
else
buy
is
it.
stupid.
But like, we all have jobs because we help people like for their
situation.
in their personal situation, and that's what I think is just so dangerous in that line of thinking, is that like, oh, okay, this will work for me. It might not. I mean, there's plenty of advice out there that like works for 90% of people, but could be like super harmful to that 10%. That's like the role that we play, and it's like an ongoing process. It's not like you were saying for your client, like the withdrawal rate might be, you know, we might have to play with it.
We gotta back
like,
it off.
Yeah, that's why we have clients and relationships with them, because we like hear the advice, and our advice we give them could be so different, like 10 years ago versus now, depending on so many different
and their
things.
lives change.
And their lives
Health changes, living situations change.
Right, maybe they do need to actually withdraw 10% one year because that's what they need.
Well,
you know?
I've got clients in that situation too, retirees, and you do. It's just like, well, this is what we need. So, okay, well, we'll deal with it. I was talking, and thanks for that, because that's exactly right. I mean, to your point, you might have someone whose main goal is to pass on, you were just saying this, Matt, to pass on as much as you can to heirs or kids or charities, in which case we need to build a much higher net worth, and that withdrawal rate has to be very low.
Yep.
Or nothing, or, you know, it's got to be extremely low.
Right.
Or someone might be like, I don't care about passing on money. We're spending more today. I don't care if we pass along. My withdrawal rate in the future might be 5 or 6.
Yep.
And we need to like work on that.
Right.
Well, and that's one of the problems too with this is Dave doesn't sit there and ask more questions. What like you asked at the very beginning, like what would be the approach to this caller? It'd be like, I don't know, how about we be a little bit more curious? How about we ask a few more questions?
Things to talk about.
Yeah, what do you value? What are your
goals?
priorities? What's your timeline? You know, what are your goals? What are your biggest concerns?
Yeah.
What do you love spending money on? Like, can you do this work for a lot longer?
You're done at 50, you're done at 75.
Exactly. So
how's
there's so many questions that you could spend an hour with that person before you're actually breaking down answers. We're obviously wanting to respond to the math and the irresponsible approach that he took as far as how simplistic he was with the numbers. And it's just so much more nuanced.